start the return inside the spot. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Rice's offense will get first crack at it here. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock and they're hard workers.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. Ready? Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass. Going for it all. He's got it outright. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Rice rushes to the line.
Getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
The Owls have it with a 1st and 10. Gonna look downfield again. Dances away. He'll try to do it himself. Guys, let's chat just a little about Russ. Safe to say expectations have not been met. When you start a season in the top 5, you expect to contend for a playoff spot. Now they're sitting there unranked. What about just overhauling the whole program if they can't get this thing fixed? There we go. Down to the 26-yard line when the tackle was made. Pick up a 5 and a first down.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game, offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Come on, set. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. It's Witherspoon.
Quarterback's ability to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And they tacked on the extra point. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Looking for block. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Kentucky Wildcats offense will take the field for the first time. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, but I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception this secondary.
Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming home with a huge negative play.
They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was. But now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Motion from the wideout. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Got his man on the outside. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. After the short completion, let's see if they go back to the air. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. He's got it on the sideline. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. Rice rushes to the line. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. He fires one deep over the middle. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Well, they worked the play action, and he had his guy outside one-on-one on the goal route. There was no question behind him, able to make the catch way down the field and then run it in for the touchdown.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. Wasn't quite able to shake loose as he steps out of bounds at the 22. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense. And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this one.
And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
That defender just was better in his one-on-one pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive line to get to the field.
Kentucky will be forced to punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll call for the fair catch here. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. And he'll pick up 1 and brings up 2nd and 9. Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Motion from the back. Back to pass on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
We know about this running back's versatility. He's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9.
see. He can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
Great job defending by the defense there. That guy could have had an interception in the end zone that time. As a result, the offense comes away with 6 points.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
They're not just using the running back as check down Charlie in the passing game. They're getting him downfield.
Right, and take my matchups I like. If you're going to play man-to-man, who are you going to put on the running back? You want to put a linebacker on him? I like my chances, even with safeties. Those guys, listen, they aren't as great as corners and covering, so I like finding matchups and exploiting them.
And the Wildcats will have it first and 10. To the air. It's Grove. Dumps it to the back. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. All right, guys, let's talk a little Kentucky. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise. Continue.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And giving up 3 sacks a week ago. Now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
Kentucky sent out the punting unit. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. Off play action on first down. Looking to scramble. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down? Time winding down in the quarter complete, and that'll be the final play of the period. We've reached the end of the quarter, guys, and Rice has the lead. They jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Looking to fire. Got a man, it's Clements. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. He wants to throw it again. Working the middle. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. Rice rushes to the line.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the 2nd quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
To the air on first down. Steps away to find some room. He's going to take off. Finds a man on the right. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
A stop.
I don't know about that. Disagree.
On that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Here comes the offense on second down.
Here we go.
Now on the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Man, those last two plays were disasters, and now it's 3rd and 17. Motion from the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Got it set up on the outside. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Ride, pull, go. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On the option. He'll pitch it. Excellent hand by the back on the option. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
And he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
How about this? These guys are going for 2.
Let's go.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver.
And these decisions to go for 2, you see more and more of it throughout a game, chasing points. And then in the end, you wonder if this just comes back to bite you.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. They go to the ground. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
Red pass, it's complete. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. When you see all those defenders around your intended target like that, just throw it in the ground or throw it away. I mean, that's a completion that loses yards. You're just hurting your offense there.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Takes a hit as he fires. And the missed connection on 3rd down. Kentucky will be forced to punt. Wants to return it.
Jeez.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time and took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Made make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
They're dealing with a second and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Using the quick game. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a third down and 3. Rice rushes to the line. Making side adjustments here. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Got it in the middle. It's Clements. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The Owls with the 1st and 10.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Looking to throw on 1st down. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the 1st down. This Rice offense has a nice-looking drive going.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many 1st downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
Pocket breaking down. Catch in the middle. It's Clements.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And the Owls with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Wants to throw it. They get to him as he throws. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. The Owls are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback touch pass from the jet sweep. They'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. The offense changing the play. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up in the air.
Damn ball.
It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. Rice will try to move the chains on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and now lead, this defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
He's looking to throw. They're working that left side. Stopped short. They'll bring him down at the 1. He just couldn't get it in. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping them from answering. Coming out with it, it's Miranda. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Trying to impose their will with the run. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
I just think such a big part of this offense is being physical and establishing the run game. They haven't had a lot of success offensively early in this one, and that's why right there, they're not able to get this guy going yet. That's got to
And he's still running after the move. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
Yeah.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Rowe. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Trying to make magic with his feet. And the laundry drops as the pass falls incomplete. Let's see who the penalty's on.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
Something on me?
The forward pass used to
Oh,
be
yeah,
illegal in football. That one still is.
On the ready.
3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk of play. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Kentucky sent out the punting unit. Fair catch is collected at the 44, and that's where they'll start this drive. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Looking to throw on 1st down. Seems incomplete to the right. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Ready.
One more snap coming before halftime. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. It's gone. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half.
Not this quarter.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellows, by the looks of things, we've had one enjoyable first half in Houston. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be
don't
checked
get
out. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you. At this point, trailing by as much as you are, it'll cost you to the win. Be aggressive.
Nice yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have nothing.
He'll off one deep down the left side. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be fourth down.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly, and that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the score.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. It's complete on the right side.
That's good.
They'll get him on
Sheep.
the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
Wants to throw on first down. That's real in. It's Clements.
Okay.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter, but when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the tight end. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see them develop in the middle. And you can tell they had...
All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for 25 touchdown catches. That's an impressive thing.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
He'll bring it out. It's Miranda. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward.
Love the play call on the RPO. That time the defender bites on the run fake, and that opens up the window for the slant coming in behind it. Nice job.
And the Wildcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Running back searching for a hole. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I gotta be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. Kentucky will be forced to punt. They'll look to pin him deep. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Forced out of the pocket. Unleashes one. And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
Pass interference.
Oh.
Defense.
This offense needs all the help they can get today, and that pass interference penalty is a much-appreciated lifeline. Trying to start the drive with a pass.
So easy.
Huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
A lot of smiles right now in this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Working that left side now. And he's going to score.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't
Yeah,
have to
got
stop
me.
running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. Fielded in the end zone. It's Miranda. And the returner is stopped.
She doesn't have to.
Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. The give to the tailback. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
To throw, it's Grove. Unloads to the wideout.
Oh, no way.
Nice job to get him past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. This dude is just exceptional.
What a catch. He stole it away. One-handed. Lost.
Every facet, so fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the 1st down.
The Wildcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Fullback's got it. Finds a little space. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
On that man.
Well, this defense has to know that this fullback, he's not just a blocker. He's a guy that can carry the football as well. He went ahead and got that 1st down.
This Kentucky offense really moving the ball quickly. On the option.
Good. Yeah, baby. Ah. Wesley, that was for you. Hit stick, baby.
As a defender, love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force
Oh,
it.
Wesley right there.
Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Fires downfield. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding
He's
zone.
running
Let's
around.
see what the call is.
How is he holding?
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover.
Interesting.
Defense better dig in for the run. Heavy formation is there. They'll run the option. Give to the running back. Oh, he's got some space.
decision by the quarterback to pitch it out wide. There was nobody out there accounting for him, and he shows you the speed out in the open field for a long touchdown for this offense.
He's got the two-point conversion, and they build on that lead. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. He'll bring it back from inside the spot, and the returner will be dragged down. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. They get you excited, and then
Oh,
when your
my
offense takes
goodness.
it down the field and does something with it,
One
this
guy
offense
about Cuba?
better be ready to play against a motivated defense. And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest
So
completions
annoying.
ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after
Oh,
the catch. So
shit.
easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend.
Okay.
It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
They'll power it inside with the fullback. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
To the air, it's Grove. Pressure coming. Had to get rid of it quickly. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play.
And this is why this team is losing this game right now. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times. Almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
Right
No
on
way.
target this time. That's the kind of play that
This
can
guy
really
is
get
stuck.
you going as they get it out to the 36. The Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs.
Easy.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Gets it out fast. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Hey, on offense, you got to know when the play's open. And that one there, nowhere to go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys. You start trying to run backward. This ain't high school anymore. When you used to be able to make that play years ago, you're not doing it here in big time college football. Not good.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter.
Texas point.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
Okay.
They really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. During the 3rd quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping to run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Calls for the fair catch, but there is a penalty marker down. Let's see what this is about.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. That's the end of the period, and Rice is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period.
Down.
They believe they can run right here. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But
And the quarterback will took a sack back in the 36.
you got to love the defense that just is flying around and having fun. That's what these guys look like, right? All game long, everything has gone their way. And here we are early in the 4th quarter, and they are still bringing their A game, getting a sack on that last one.
Here comes the heat. Can't make the connection.
as they have never been able to get
Stupid.
into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off, accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Rice rushes to the line. Quarterback making adjustments. To the air on first down.
We need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He'll throw it quickly to the tight end. He'll be stopped at the 44, knocked out of bounds there. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
Outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with that.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find their rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the field.
They just keep firing. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the turn after they play up top.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to score.
He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Trying to search it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown! They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
He stopped short on the two-point conversion attempt. They went right back to the well with the man who scored the touchdown, but he couldn't get it in for the two. And he'll bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. They reached deep in the playbook, used almost all of them, it seemed, Jesse, and still ended up having to punt last time.
And I think on this next drive, David, you can go back to some of the stuff that worked that last drive, too. Find the things that you had success with. You just got to be able to build on it a little bit.
Yeah, and just break that extra tackle, you know, make that extra play, make the guy miss, put a drive together so you can finish with some points.
Gonna swing it on second down. Firing to the right, complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late. They're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the side.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Man, how about this offense, man? It's been a rough day. You're getting beat down. You're trying to find some kind of momentum late in the game to build
its way.
I'd like to return this.
And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Rice rushes to the line.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising. I gotta be honest.
Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. Wants to fire on second down. That's caught. It's Clements. He's pushed out of bounds at the 22.
This guy's looking real sharp this week. Listen, QBs hate throwing picks. He only threw one last week, but that really ate him up all week long in practice. He wanted to come out here, put his best foot forward. He's done just that.
Looking to throw on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Working well behind the sticks on second down.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
They've got a ways to go on third down from the 24 as this defense tries to force him into a field goal try. He's not going to make it to the sticks, and what a stop against one of the best third down offenses in the country. And the field goal unit is on the field. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way. And we look really good.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Gets the back moving. They'll leave it with him. He has the first and still on his feet. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Quarterback on the keep. He'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Let's take a minute here to look at the big picture for Kentucky. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to... No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense is sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do for their next football game.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. They kick it away on 4th down. Just needs a crack to get a return. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Boy, they have divided these home fans here by putting this game in a hammerlock, David.
Yeah, this crowd's been jacked up. They've been excited. Now they get to breathe a little bit, Palmer. Nice lead. This offense needs to go out and protect it.
Yeah, they've been the more physical team all game long, so let's just run the ball. Let's just ice this football game, take the W into the locker room.
wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw on first down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Man, this guy has had an amazing year all season long. He has stepped up and made plays for his team when they needed it most. And with that last completion, he's now crossed 4,000 yards passing for the year.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. He wants it all. He's got it in the end zone for another touchdown, and this is a full-fledged beatdown.
And this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
691, Gators Spark. Jackrabbit.
Wants to go up top. He makes the grab for the two. I don't know why you need to go for two there, but they do, and it's successful.
That's tough to defend, right? You go 5 wide, spreading us out across the field. These windows become a little bit bigger when you do that, and they were able to convert, and as a result, they walk away with 8 points on the drive.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive light end. The give to the back. Running to Green. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Wildcats can really attack on this second and short.
Here we go.
He'll ride his man on the option. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Timeout call by the defense, 29 seconds to go. And the Wildcats come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive.
Banner.
They'll try to get the first through the air.
Damn
Finds
it.
the tight end. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting to his touchdown.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
At this point in the game, in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side.
What's the phone?
Incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for
Jets.
this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And the return will be brought down. Just complete and utter dominance at this point. Outplaying their opponent